Starfield, the first new universe in over 25 years from Bethesda Game Studios. This September we will set off with an unparalleled freedom, embarking on an epic journey to answer humanity's greatest mysteries. In the recent Starfield Direct, a lot was covered: quests, character creation, spaceflight, exploration, outposts, combat, and much more. Director Todd Howard made a statement that has flown under the radar, and one that seems to be held very close to the hearts of the team at Bethesda. Howard proclaimed, "Food. We obsess over the details of food." In some of the previous Bethesda games, food has been utilised just for powerful healing of our character. However, in Elder Scrolls you could discover ingredients and create different buffs depending on its rarity. This made searching for food worthwhile, and I think Starfield will follow suit. That distant barren looking moon may be worth paying a visit after all. So if you want to be a sandwich pirate, then you've come to the right place. We will take a look at some of the food clues and snippets of information we have gained so far, and see if we can discover exactly what Todd and the team are excited to share. And let's make sure we don't end up hungry like this guy. Boom Pop Cola. One of the first beverage items we come across is during the abandoned mine scene on the planet of Parima. After our player sees off some spacers and spacer punks, he drops down to discover a pouch of Boom Pop Cola. Similarly packaged to a Capri Sun, is this drink just a nod to the Fallout's very own Nuka-Cola, given a simple health buff, or could this give us a little bit more explosiveness to our weapons? Food inventory. Moments later we land on an overview of the inventory systems at play, and most importantly we come to that statement from Howard: "Food, we obsess over the details of food." Here we see a quick snippet of some of the confirmed food items we have so far. That flashed by, so let's take a closer look at what we have here. Midnight Delight, a snack made of a smattering of available ingredients. This tells us it restores 5 health. Not as appetizing as it's named, but often late night snacks are a combination of what we can find in the back of the fridge. Next up is some orange juice of transcendence. This is stated to be possibly the most refreshing orange juice in all of the Settle systems. We lose -1 health for 1 minute, but we get +8 oxygen for 5 minutes. That could be a breath of fresh air in space. Now, this looks right up my street and rather delicious. A patty melt. It's a hamburger patty smothered in cheese and grilled on toast, usually served with a side of chipped potatoes and what looks like some tomato sauce there. Pretty big buff here, restoring 15 health, and so it should, as that looked really good. Not quite so tasty as Synthameat steak, butcher's best steak made from Synthameat, the Settle Systems premium synthetic meat produce. This restores just 3 health. Clearly prime beef steak is hard to find in this universe, so that's what we're going to have to deal with. Now up for some Greek style tamamea pita, consisting of 2 falafel stuffed flatbreads drizzled with a yogurt sauce. Just like the patty melt, this gives us 15 health. I still think they should have called it the tamamea jupe pita. No? Okay, moving swiftly on. Good old toast. A plain slice of toasted white bread, best enjoyed when buttered or jellied. I think that's jam to us in the UK, but can be eaten as is in a pinch. So just 3 health for the toast, but I suppose if we add some of those pre-mentioned toppings we surely get a better boost. Maybe we can find some Marmite or something like that on Mars. You never know. And finally, Trillo Bites, small alien anthropods sautéed and served with whipped butter. So these look like little alien crustaceans or crab-like creatures that we've quickly fried in a little hot fat. Hot fat. So that's it for the infantry section. Next up, blink and you would have missed it, the sandwich post-it. 5 minutes in we see an interior shot of our ship's living quarters, and above the sink is a note titled The Sandwich, a simple list of ingredients: white bread, lettuce, cheese, multi-meat, but there is one missing item: chunks. Chunks of what? Quite the mystery. This very much reminds me of the recipes we get in the latest Zelda games, and that search for the elusive chunks is something we most likely want to undertake if we want to get the most out of the sandwich. Terra Brew Coffee. Welcome to Terra Brew Coffee House, serving up a selection of bakery bites. Looks like croissants, donuts, desserts, and a selection of different types of fresh coffee. Even espressos for that extra morning boost to our adventures. Here we can hang out, get our caffeine levels raging before we suit up and head up into the stars.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's just coffee, buddy. I wonder if you're short of cash, maybe a good place to do a spot of pickpocketing? Or maybe we could get a quick shift and get some staff discounts. Answers we're keen to find out. Research Laboratory. During the outpost section of the deep dive, we saw a quick look at the menus of the crafting and research laboratory projects, food and drink being one of the 5. These projects will most likely be used to create new and exciting culinary concoctions. In this screenshot we don't actually see any food or drink research taking place, but yes, it does look like we can play out the role of a bounty hunting Gordon Ramsay. We can't be sure exactly yet, but it does seem this research lab will help us give our ingredients various boosts to healing, possibly an extra buff to our skills, and yes, well, we'll probably come up with a better version of that Midnight Delight dish. sandwich collecting. And this brings us to the close of the video, where we take a quick look and a show of respect to this lady from Bethesda who stole and stockpiled dozens and dozens of sandwiches. They all do look like they're a salami, cheese and salad type. Are other fillings available, giving different buffs, or is salami the clear sandwich of choice here? What's important with this clip is that it gives an interesting insight into some of the incredible physics within the game. Digital Foundry's John Lineman quotes Tom Warren's tweet about being a sandwich pirate, saying, "While it's used as a gag in the video, this sandwich pirate concept highlights one reason why 60 frames per second would be a tough to achieve." Lineman explained, like prior BGS titles, it seems that Starfield tracks the location and position of arbitrary items in the world. Given the scope, this stuff begins to add up. The player has so much freedom in this regard that it becomes presumably impossible to keep the frame budget below 16 ms. Lowering the resolution would not make this possible. So this really backs up Bethesda's choice to lock the game at 30 frames per second. And it really is amazing just to think about some of the physics at play here. We could take any food stuff that we've talked about, leave it on a distant moon, and then come back a year later and it will still be there. That's just one of the things we're looking forward to finding out, amongst so much more, and we haven't got too long to wait. Starfield releases on September the 6th, and I hope to have more videos on Starfield, so please do like and subscribe this video to keep up to date. This is the first video that I've ever made, and I would really appreciate it if you could do that. It would mean so much to me. Anyway, until next time, goodbye.